JaVaun Robinson. How many years have you been attending Worthington Christian?
I've been attending Worthington Christian since my 6th grade year. When I came here, I was actually supposed to go into 7th grade, but there was a guy named Joey Elliott who took my spot in enrollment. So, and I didn't want to go back to my old school, so I decided to just reclass back to 6th grade and go there. But I was super young anyway, so.
Where did you go before?
I went to a small Christian school called Harambe Christian School, which before the Gorilla was like whatever.
Which is where?
It's in like Linden area. But like the sister schools were Xenos Christian School and Calumet Christian. It was like a church, and then they started like 3 schools.
I know you play basketball, but what other extracurriculars are you involved in? What do you do outside?
So right now, outside of school, I pretty much work. I work at a car dealership, Mercedes. I do a lot of detailing there on vehicles, but I'm trying to move up. I don't think I want to do anything sales related, but we'll see. I kind of just have it for right now. Just a good resume builder, I think.
Yeah.
I just do a lot of detailing. Right now I do mainly new vehicles. So like new cars that someone like that they're sitting in inventory. When someone actually purchases it, they'll send it to us and we'll do like a new car detail where the car's already new, but we'll do a whole bunch of like finishing touches and put special chemicals in carpets and stuff to make sure it lasts and
Cool.
gives that like new car smell and all that stuff.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool.
So now that high school's coming to a close, what is your plan for the future?
So I committed to Miami University in Ohio, unfortunately. But fortunately, I actually do like the school. But I got into their actually, hold on. I actually randomly have this. But I don't know if you can see that.
Look at that.
It's actually kind of funny.
Wow.
But yeah, I'll be majoring in 2 majors. Information systems and cybersecurity management, and then analytics.
Analytics?
Yeah, analytics. I think I might switch that double major to entrepreneurship, but I'm not sure yet.
What do you want to do like after, like why are you majoring in those things?
So I'm doing the double major just because I did a lot of college credits in high school, so I'll be able to transfer those and kind of have a head start in college, so I can finish up 2 degrees in my 4 years and still be on track. But the main reason I'm doing those 2 is because Paige Tamal's dad actually did like a job shadowing. Ava Hydorn, she's a cybersecurity analyst for Victoria's Secrets. And yeah, we did a job shadowing there, and just seeing what she did and her job, like I immediately fell in love with that. It was super cool. She was getting paid pretty well. And yeah, she basically like worked side by side with like FBI and a whole bunch of really cool people, law enforcement, and was basically just fighting internet crime.
What advice would you give to the youngins in high school?
The youngins. I would definitely say take advantage of CCP courses like College Credit Plus. You'll get ahead in your credits in high school because, one of the College Credit Plus courses counts as basically like 2 credits in high school. And you also get credit for college. So not only will you be ahead in college when you graduate, but you'll be able to knock out some of the dreadful courses that we have here. And they're like online. And I think it really definitely preps you for just how college is going to be in regards to just education. Yeah, I loved it. I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. It was just a lot of work.
It helps a lot. So you're into cars. What made you like cars? I mean, what started that passion of yours?
So growing up, my dad's been huge into cars. Yeah, he used to build cars a lot, but I wasn't really into all that. He was just always, underneath a car, just, mending things together or whatever. Yeah. And I was just like, that's dad thing. You can do that. But then as I kind of like grew up, I'd say about 12 years old, like my dad had been doing decently well in like his work and whatever, and he was able to get his first sports car. And after that, I kind of like fell in love with that.
Yeah.
Because I saw how passionate he was about his.
Sports cars are cool.
It was pretty sick. So after he got that, I kind of just like would go out with him and try to like always drive with him. And just like that, I don't know, that adrenaline rush from just like fast cars, just, I don't know, it's kind of addicting.
Yeah.
So we would do that. We would go to car events and car meets and all that stuff. And then kind of where I fell in love with just cars and photography, kind of through that, to be honest.
Photography?
Yeah, like I remember.
What do you do, photography-wise?
So like, yeah, when I first started going to those car meets with my dad, I would see all these like photographers just taking pictures of cars, and they would be giving around their like Instagrams and like their pages or whatever. And then just seeing them like using that equipment, I don't know, at the time it was just so foreign to me, and it was like cool seeing like a huge camera. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's like a cool piece of tech. I was like, I don't know how to operate that, but I definitely want to like learn. But it was so expensive, and it was just like, so I kind of got into it with that. I remember this guy was at a car meet, and he was a professional photographer, and he was taking pictures of all these like insane cars, like multi-million-dollar cars. And he was like, hey, like I see that you really like these cameras, like you're always hanging around the photographers. Do you want to just like take a picture with my camera, and then I'll send you the picture. You can like practice editing it or whatever, and just send it back to me. So then I did that, and then I don't know, after getting that file and like putting it on my computer and seeing how like crispy like that like picture was, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is an unreal image. I'm like, yo. And I just messed around with that image. I re-edited it over and over again just to get different looks out of it. And then I don't know, from that I just kind of fell in love with the process, and just like being able to create something like just from my own vision out of my own head, and then being able to post it online and having other people enjoy it as well. I don't know, I kind of just fell in love with that whole process. Yeah, so I got like a couple pages. I got my car photography page that I post mainly car stuff. I haven't been as active because car season isn't starting yet, but it's actually starting here soon.
Car season?
So yeah, there's like car season with like car events and like big meets where a bunch of people all over will come out, bring their cars out, you just like park your car, talk, and then take pictures pretty much. It's actually a really good way to meet connections. That's actually how I got my job at Mercedes, just meeting people through that. You can make a lot of connections through car events because people driving really crazy cars usually have money. So then you just kind of like go up to them and be like, hey, like, what do you do for a living? They explain, and then you can tell them like what you're passionate about. Maybe they have like a job for you or something, you know. First car, and just being able to like buy that like myself and just actually putting in the work and building it, I think just taught me so much. Even though I wasted so much money on that thing, like the memories I made with that, priceless.
You have cars photography. What or who motivates you to like do all this? Who's the driving force that you're like, I want to work hard for this person, or they taught me this? You know what I mean?
So I would say in photography, like I feel like it's kind of super self-motivated. Like you kind of have to just really keep going, and it's kind of your own drive, because I think everyone has their own creative eye, and not everyone's gonna like your work. Some people will love it. But you have to really be passionate. I think that's also with anything creative based, like if you're an artist or just in any way, you kind of have to be super self-driven. Like if you want to make music, you kind of just have to make it not just for everyone else, but make something that you actually personally enjoy. Because once you take the fun out of it, it just becomes a job. Like I've kind of gotten to that point sometimes with that, like photography, where like sometimes I used to have so much fun just taking pictures of cars and enjoying editing it. I could do it for hours and it wouldn't feel like a job in any way. But then like the moment like you have like a bunch of clients who are just wanting this, and it's kind of not, you can't put your creative effect on it, you know, it kind of just feels like it's like a struggle, because you know it's kind of like work. So I'd say just make sure you're passionate about what you're making, what you're creating. I think that's super important in any creative field. Making sure that you put your own emphasis on it.